Today, we're going to be going through our all-time teams and our starting five all-time, obviously. And we could really do bench too. I mean, you want to do bench too?
I think I got a bench ready. We can
Okay.
do
All right,
that.
then.
Okay.
So we're going to start off trading our honorable mentions and our top 10 players, and then we'll move on. You can go first.
Okay. Honorable mention: Patrick Ewing.
Mm.
Best defense, best blocking in a long time. He's definitely up there on his defense. Also, he has such a dominance, making his team look like a good team. It's hard to make the Knicks look like a good team, and he made it work. So that's why he's my honorable mention. He's not quite there, but honorable mention.
Okay, I like that. My honorable mention, y'all are going to hate me. It is Steph Curry. I don't think he's. I need to see some playoff work before he gets in my top
Dang,
10.
bro.
But I haven't my honorable mention. He is the second best point guard of all time, in my opinion. We'll talk about that later. He just got 4 rings, but he did get he did lose that 73-9 run in the finals, but
It's pretty insane.
but I can't say that he carried his team, at least in the early years. In 2022, he definitely carried his team, but before that, I feel like Clay and Draymond and KD and Iguodala all had.
Dream team.
Yeah, they had their own roles. So that is why I have Steph in my honorable mention.
Okay.
All right.
Number 10, I got Hakeem Olajuwon. Kind of like what I said for Patrick Ewing. His defense, mwah, he's like the skinny Shaq, basically. That's how I view it. Although he could take those mid rangers, he could take those floaters,
Yeah.
and he could also dunk just like Shaq. That's why I have Shaq a little higher because of his dominance, but I think 10 is a good spot for Hakeem.
Yeah, I agree. I also have Hakeem at my 10. I'm going to add on what you said earlier. He is the skinny Shaq if Shaq was 3 times as skilled. I think Hakeem is,
Mm.
is easily the greatest, not the greatest, sorry, the most skilled big we've ever seen play the game.
And I can see Wemby going far.
Yeah, he'll be
I
close.
see Wemby going far. Speaking of that,
Yeah, Wemby, yeah. I see them identical sometimes, but his defense was insane. He got the 2 rings while MJ wasn't doing nothing in the league. He was out. I feel if MJ wasn't in the league, he'd have just as much as Magic Johnson or Kareem or something like that. So that's why I got him at my 10 spot.
for sure.
Hmm.
Number 9, I got Shaq.
Come on, man.
I said a little higher, but it was only one.
Yeah.
I got Shaq at number 9. Like I said with Hakeem, Hakeem's a skinny Shaq, but getting compared to Shaq, he's getting compared to Shaq for a reason.
Come on, man.
He's his own beast. People say he needed Kobe. He could have made the playoffs every year without Kobe. To add Kobe to that, he gets 4 rings. It's simple as that.
Okay.
I think Shaq, his dominance, he's the name of big man. So yeah, I got him at 9.
I like that. I also have Shaq at my 9 spot. I don't know if I completely agree with the success without Kobe, but that's okay. Shaq was his own player. I do think he would have gone far in the playoffs, but I don't know past that.
You got to think he was still a beast
He was.
for Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando. He did go crazy
He
in
was
Orlando.
tough in Orlando.
And he proved that he can do his own thing with somebody else, as he did with Dwayne Wade. So he is the most dominant player we've ever seen play the game. That's obvious. He's locked his spot in top 10. But if we see more come through in the future, things could change. But for now, Shaq's at my 9.
Okay. 8, Tim Duncan. Come on. He's literally, he can dunk. Okay, so here's why I don't have him even higher. One of the best, if not the best, mid-range shooter of all time.
Oh yeah.
Dominance. Every year was a playoff year for him. He
Yeah.
made Tony Parker look like a good player. Tony Parker's, he's like,
Well, okay.
that sounds crazy, but Tony Parker's kind of mid. That's just my opinion.
I'll let you keep that.
That's my opinion. But Tony Parker, he's not a championship player. And add Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, he made that team. Also with Kawhi Leonard, that's just like, what more can you ask for? Tim Duncan's like that. I have him at 8.
Okay, I like that. I do think he should be a little bit higher, but that's a different conversation. My number 8 spot, we have Wilt the Still. People say he'll play against plumbers or whatever, and that's okay. He got overshined by Bill Russell's gloriness and his. That sounds like glaze. and his
It's a little
11,
glaze.
11 rings. That's okay, but Wilt just fell in a bad time. I feel like if he was here now, he'd be the better Wimby, just a little bit shorter. You know, um, I don't know. Wilt was the most skilled player for a very long time. You could say he was the best player until like Julius Irving. You know, people were talking about him like he was like not from Earth. You know, he was benching 450 while being the fastest person in the league.
Yeah, that man's an alien.
If he had more rings, I feel like he'd be higher in conversations, but he just didn't get the same success. But he's at my number 8. He's crazy.
Hmm. My number 7, I got Magic Johnson.
Mm.
Okay, everybody has him top 5. Here's why. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I have him at number 7 because I think he had a lot more to work with than a lot of people. But
Okay.
he's still in my top 10. The stuff he did against Larry Bird, John Havlicek, that Celtics team is not something to joke around with.
Mm-mm.
They may look like plumbers, but they'll cook you. So
They will.
that's why I have him at 7. But you'll see why when I say my other players.
Okay, I like that. I have Larry Bird at my 7. So, like you were just saying, the '80s Celtics are nothing to joke around about. You know, they have Bob Havlicek, Robert Parrish. You know, they're beasts. They're Hall of Famers. Unfortunately, you know, Magic did have more success with Kareem and James Worthy. That's okay, but I don't know, man. It's just the way Larry Bird destroyed the league, and you know, man, I don't even know how to say it. The best white man we've ever seen play the game locked his spot
Preach.
in the top 10. That's my 7th.
Okay. I got Kobe at my 6.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
I think Kobe's a top 2 scorer of all time.
Mm.
But the reason I don't have him top 5 all time is because he kind of made himself only a scorer. Like he'll shoot 50 times, but he'll still drop 80 on you. So it's not like he can't score. It's not like he's not the best player on the court every time.
Oh yeah,
But at the same time, you got to think about what he can do with the team. He had Shaq, and they won some chips. They went crazy still.
facts.
But I think someone like Curry's assist ability, that's more valuable to a championship team, in my opinion.
Hey, I agree with that, man. But at my number 6 spot, when you think of Larry Bird, you think of his better counterpart. You think of Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson obviously had overall more success. I think he's the greatest point guard to play the game, but that could change depending on what Steph's doing. Um, Magic Johnson did have the help of Kareem and James Worthy, but at the same time, he's winning chips in his rookie year against Julius Erving. So I
Mhm.
mean, you just got to think of him as a player that easily the best passer I've ever seen play the game. I haven't seen him obviously, but you can search up clips. But hey, I got Magic at my 6, best point guard I've seen play.
For sure. I like that. I don't have him as the best point guard of all time.
That's okay.
But for number 5, I have the best point guard of all time. His name's Steph Curry.
Okay.
Stephen Curry, son of Del Curry. He didn't just get his genes. He made them 10 times better. That
Mm.
man can pass the ball better than anything anyone has ever seen. This man I actually got to watch play, and I see how incredible of a teammate he is. The best shooter of all time, best point guard of all time, and I have him at top 5 because of what he can do for a team. Although he's the best shooter of all time and he'll take a lot of shots, he's still the best teammate anyone could have.
Okay. Yeah, I like the glaze, bro.
It's okay.
But hey,
He's worthy of the glaze.
at my number 5, we have the one and only Kobe Bryant, man. Obviously, he had Shaq in his early years, and people could argue that he needs him, and I agree. He needed Shaq in his early years. But after that, when he was with Pau Gasol and stuff, he was winning chips, man. I mean, he proved just like Shaq did that he doesn't need Shaquille O'Neal to win championships.
Mm-hmm.
He was going head to head with Michael Jordan at some point.
Sure.
Little older, but that's okay. You know, yeah, he's a little ball hog, but I mean, if he gets the work done, he gets the work done. Greatest mentality we've ever seen, probably ever in any sport, anything. You know, nobody had the mindset that Kobe Bryant had.
Nobody looks up to anyone like they look up to Kobe.
Yeah, but greatest inspirational player. And he would walk onto the court, say he's dropping 50. He did it. He would drop 53.
I'm gonna drop 80, and then he drops 80. It's
Exactly.
insane.
And we can't forget about the 60-point final game, man.
The 60
Nobody,
point
nobody's
final
just,
game.
nobody's hit 50, and this dude came out and did 60. That's legendary. No player's ever done something like that.
Insane.
That's exactly why Kobe is at my 5.
I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I got Larry Bird at my 4.
Okay.
Call it glaze, but that man made everything work. He was going up against Magic, Kareem, James Worthy, other people that don't really I can't don't pop up in my head like that. But
Yeah.
like he had some of the best competition in the finals, and
We do.
I can't imagine how fun that must have been to watch. That man had the weirdest shot, but he made everything. He could trash talk, get in everyone's heads. That's probably how he won so many chips. He could trash talk better than anyone we've ever seen.
That's a different story. I'll leave that. I think KG's got that, but
Kevin Garnett?
yeah.
Nah, it's got to be Larry. It's got to be Larry. That's me.
That's all right, though.
Okay.
Okay.
I have him at 4. It's a little glazed, but I have him at 4. I don't know.
All right. At my 3, I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man. Come on. The greatest center we've ever seen play the game. He's got 6 rings. He won with a washed Oscar Robertson back in, I think it was 70 or 71. Then he switched teams, won 5 more with a rookie Magic Johnson. And man, I don't even know. It's just he had great competition as well. People like to say that was the end of the Plumbers area. I think it wasn't.
Yeah, something like that.
People like to think that, but I don't. And I have, Kareem is my favorite player of all time, and that might be a little biased. I don't think it is. A lot of people have Kareem at the 3, but
If not higher.
if not higher, yeah, exactly. So I have Kobe at my 3.
2. LeBron Raymond James.
Okay, I like that.
Okay. So here's why I have him at 2. Okay. He's 4-6 in the finals. MJ 6-0. Michael Jordan left the league for 2 years, played baseball, came back, and did another 3-peat. He's in 2 3-peats.
Yeah.
How many players have 3-peated? What? Kareem,
Kobe did it.
Kobe. Exactly. You can't name more than 5 players. It's hard to do, especially coming after.
Bill Russell.
Bro, I'm not talking about the guy that
Okay,
played Plumbers, bro.
okay,
We're not
okay,
about to
okay.
glaze Bill Russell.
Okay, my bad.
I don't care how many rings he won. That's like me playing second graders, by the way. So.
Okay, well, that's a different day.
Yeah, there's so much to say about Michael Jordan. I mean, he played 15 seasons, and LeBron played 22.
Mm-hmm.
And then LeBron's just now passing MJ in 30-point games. It took him a long time.
Yeah.
People say LeBron had the best longevity. Michael Jordan was smoking cigars, golfing, doing whatever he wanted. LeBron's got all these fancy therapy things, and he's playing worse than MJ did when he was 40.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I could go on for hours, but I have LeBron at my 2.
I like that, man. I also have LeBron at my 2.
For sure.
You can't argue that he's the second greatest player of all time. I mean, if you really wanted to put Kareem there, you could, but
You really could.
or Kobe, but it's gonna be a long conversation. Like he's had 10 finals appearances. That's a crazy feat, even if he didn't win all of them. And he did have a lot of all-star teammates. I could go down the list right now, but he did have that clutch moment against the 73-9 Warriors. You could also argue that was Kyrie's moment. But yeah, man. I mean, 10 finals appearances. Come on, man.
We can also talk about how lucky that shot was. That man hit like top backboard.
From Toronto, where he shot from the wing of the 3.
The wing of the 3, he hits top backboard.
That was yeah.
Dude, come on, bro.
Well, you could also say he's the most one of the most athletic big old men we've seen. I mean, I'll give you that argument. He is very athletic for his age.
But you also got to look at the fact that he's a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
In the 2020s, like longevity is a lot different than it used to be, and Michael Jordan did it better than he did.
Yeah, but I have LeBron at my 2.
Okay.
And the one only.
I think we've spoke enough about Michael Jordan.
Come on, man.
He's our number 1. Come on.
Who else?
Come on.
Who else? This man, Michael Jordan. like he was saying earlier, 15 seasons, like almost 430-point games. LeBron's just now hitting that at 22 seasons.
6-time Defensive Player of the Year at 6'6".
6 finals
How heavy is
MVPs.
LeBron? That man's like 250,
He's like 280, dude.
6'9", 6'8".
Yeah.
And I don't see no Defensive Player of the Years. The league is so much different. It's so much more soft, and he can't do it at his size. That's
I mean, just accolades alone, man, and awards. 6 finals MVPs, 6 champs, 2 three-peats, and you could argue, I guess you could argue Scottie Pippen helped, but I mean, MJ could have done it on his own.
come on.
I mean, he was
Scottie
carrying.
Pippen was averaging 18. Kyrie was averaging like 26. That's not a good.
Kevin Love was averaging as much as Scottie Pippen.
Exactly. You can't even argue that.
If
If you argue that, you just don't know ball.
you're just glazing at that point.
Yeah, that's just glaze.
MJ is the greatest player we've ever seen play the game,
And we weren't even
we weren't even
alive
there.
then, and
No.
we still know. Come on.
My dad was getting made, or he was born the year before he got his first chip. Man.
My dad was our age when MJ was in his prime.
Yeah, I mean,
If that doesn't show that we know what we're talking about.
hey, I mean, that's really it, man. The greatest player we've ever seen play the game. That's not changing.
Okay.
Michael Jordan. All right, now we are going to be going over our all-time starting 5 and our all-time bench players.
Okay.
So instead of doing what we were doing with the top 10 players, we'll just go through the entire lineup.
Okay. At my 1, I got Steph Curry.
Mm.
At my 2, I got Michael Jordan.
Oh, come on, man.
Small forward, I got Larry Bird.
Mm.
Okay.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
Just wait. Hear me out.
Yeah.
At my 4, LeBron James.
There you go. You can be happy now.
And at my 5, I got Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay. Hey, I love that, man. My all-time starting 5, we're going to do the point guard is Magic Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
The shooting guard, Michael Jordan, of course. Small forward, Larry Bird didn't make the spot. I'm putting LeBron there. At my 4, Timmy D. Duncan. And number 5, obviously we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. I like that a lot.
What about
Ours are a little different.
Yeah. What about the bench, man?
The bench. Okay. For my bench, I'm going to have, at my point guard, I got to go Magic Johnson.
Mm.
For those that are arguing about Allen Iverson, he's not doing the same thing.
No, he wasn't. He's not even in that
He
conversation.
might be a great player, but he's not doing the same thing for this team.
Compare him to Kyrie, not Steph.
We need a passer if we're going to have this kind of lineup, and he can't do that.
No, he can't.
And they can't shoot. He can't shoot like Curry. He definitely can't shoot like Curry.
Yeah.
Or Magic.
Mm.
Okay, so Magic at point.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting guard. I think this one's obvious. I got Kobe.
Of course, man. Come on.
Small forward.
That's tough, man.
I haven't thought this one through.
I mean, you could go many different ways with this. You could go KD. You could go Julius Erving. You could go.
Not KD.
I'm trying to think. You might be out of choice. You put your.
I'm gonna go Tim Duncan. I'm gonna go Tim Duncan for small forward.
Oh, okay.
Power forward. I'm gonna go Kevin Garnett. Okay, yeah. I like him big.
Okay, all right.
And my center, I got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's a nasty bench.
Honestly, the bench and the starting 5 are pretty close on my team.
Yeah. Hey, my starting point guard, Stephen Wardell Curry, bro. Wardell Steph Curry.
Yes,
Obviously.
sir.
Shooting guard, we got Kobe Bryant. Small forward, I'm gonna put Larry Bird there because it wasn't there. My power forward, I think I messed up. Okay, very controversial take. At my power forward, dude, I gotta take Dirk Nowitzki. Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
And number 5, this is honestly hard, but I'm gonna go Shaq. The other person would be Hakeem, but I don't think he's taking Shaq's spot. That's the bench, the starting 5. That's not bad, man.
These are beautiful.
These
These
are
are
beautiful.
beautiful teams.
All right, well, we'll be with y'all next episode.
Okay.
Peace.
Peace out.